You live, friends.
Hey, pals. Oh, I have big news to open up the show.
You are fighting a promoter.
No, usually yes, just in some sense, but no. I have been cleared to not wear the brace other than in big gatherings of people. I'm cleared to start physical therapy. I was supposed to go to Frivola's guy today, but I got fucking COVID over the weekend, which is sick. So, yeah, the third
I
time.
thought COVID was fucking done.
Me too. I got it from last weekend. My girlfriend and I went down to Delaware for a Seder with her entire extended family, and I guess somebody had it there because half of her family, including her and I, came home and had COVID, which is sick, but not nearly as bad as when I had it in the past. I got on the Paxlovid shit. I'm chilling. So it's a mild cold.
He said, "Harry, I get you Seder COVID."
Yeah, that's right. Third time's the charm. This is the third fucking time I've had this shit.
God chose you again, apparently.
Yeah, what else is fucking new? World's most punished man.
What the fuck do you even do?
I told you, this time.
You would think you'd have more fun if you were gonna get so much fucking punishment. You'd at least have a little fun.
The first
you
one,
getting your dick sucked out there. All you do is taking punishment.
The first one was at when Charlie and Pumi last fought together in Atlantic City in December of 2021. I came home, got super sick that time. Then July, I think I got it from the gym. Probably. I don't really know. Again, I don't really do that much.
I'll tell you one person you didn't get it from.
I'm sure. But
and the two people that literally, well, I've never been tested for COVID, but I know John has.
A fucking 1.5 million times. I'm like, get the fuck out of my orifices.
No, I haven't shoved anything up my nose since 2000.
I just told him to do it in my ass at this point. I'm like, listen, fucking just stick it in my ass. This way it's uncomfortable for you too.
If it works,
I feel like people got addicted to taking those shots. Why would you like that shoved up your nose?
I mean, that shit's miserable.
It's hard. I had a camera shoved up my nose to do check my throat out once.
I've had the same shit, Carrie. They had to cauterize my shit.
They had to. The guy's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." I'm like, "Let me shove it down your nose into your throat, and you tell me."
Yeah. Ugh. No, thank you.
I didn't feel a thing.
It was horrible. It was horrible. So I was like, "I'm not playing these games. I'm not getting tested. I just did the right thing. I quarantined back then. Now you're like the second person I've heard drop the word COVID in 2 or 3
I know. I was also
in a day or two. Someone else I know had COVID for the fourth time. I'm like, just fucking stop already.
I believe. Look, if it weren't for the emphysema and the lung shit that I got, that makes it a bit of a big deal for me. I probably would have fucking chalked it up to whatever. It's a bad cold. I'll be fine. But yeah, that's one the pulmonologist doesn't really want to play around with. And yeah, no, neither do I really.
Just be careful because the coming out next.
Wait, Harry, I already know the answer to this. Were you a sickly kid?
No, not really. No. Not really. I had a couple hernia surgeries when I was a kid. I was more hurt than sickly. I was always getting banged up playing sports and shit like that. Broke a lot of bones, was in a lot of casts, was on crutches a bunch, but I wasn't really sick that often, So I just got banged up.
It was the
now you switched.
Yeah. Well, no, now I get to have a broken knee and COVID.
Now you're not that athletic.
Right. Yeah.
You also get sick a lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, listen, I'm telling you, we're going to get you on the training plan to fucking kick Ian's ass.
That's right.
All right, we'll put you, whatever he's on, we'll just triple it.
Please do.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. That would kill you. Ian probably is taking more steroids.
Make my arms look like this?
Yeah. Listen, Manimal, the second that test comes back negative and I can get back in the gym, they told me I definitely cannot fucking.
I don't care if you have AIDS. I'll train you.
That's good. That's good.
Don't worry about it. Just don't.
No, I definitely can't spar and shit yet, and I have a lot of cardio and shin and hand conditioning to do. But we're gonna get back there.
I'm telling you, Harry, you're missing the opportunity here. Come on Friday. We're not gonna actually do anything. We're just gonna bust your balls. Bring the crutch. Yeah. And now that you don't need the crutch, we'll be like, like try to get on it.
This Friday, I think we got weigh-ins for Flex, but we will definitely film something within the next
Oh yeah,
week.
what weight are you fighting at?
Yeah, fucking.
I heard you're fighting another guy with one leg.
Yeah. They made a They did a special GIMP match. Nice Act wouldn't sign off on it. They had to get Iska.
I know. I heard it was an exhibition.
Yeah.
It's not an actual fight. It's an exhibition.
It doesn't go on the record.
No. Don't worry. You could fucking do it. It's like when they have two dudes with no arms fight. You know, there's no regulation there. Or the tranny fights. There's no regulation because you can't pass a drug test.
No, and until it's regulated, it can't be regulated. They don't fall into a category of like
regulated. And even if they make a trans division, they have to.
Yes, I agree. Make it trans division.
But they have to regulate it in a weird way too.
So that people that are disabled could compete with other disabled people, so they didn't have to compete and lose against regular people. So you know what? If you need a special bathroom and it's such a special circumstance, then make something special for them so they can compete like everybody else against each other. And if a girl or guy wants to get in there, then they can go into, but they usually don't allow that. Regular people can't walk into the Special Olympics and go, I want to compete. So
I mean, I can't go compete in the handicap division.
Yeah.
And no matter how mentally handicapped I am.
I mean, you teed me up for a real low-hanging fruit joke there, Manimal, and I chose to take the high road. I just want that on the record.
No, I left it there, but I like to get my balls busted. So I did throw that out there. I did that on purpose.
Okay. That's called synergy. Meanwhile,
I don't mind getting my balls busted. Hold on, let me close the door.
We had a hell of a card this past weekend.
We did have a good card, actually. Where do you want to start? Hold on.
With the Frenchman.
Yeah, there's a spooky ghost in Manimal's house. Ooh.
Tiny ghost, Harry.
Spooky ghost. But I mean,
what if cards coming up? Not early, but early. Let me know.
Okay. So where do you want to start? Top down, bottom up? Oh, you wanted to start with Oli Aboudi. Voulez-vous de bear?
We're all like,
OAM?
Huh?
OAM and Burgos?
Yeah. Is that what you wanted to start with?
That wasn't where I was.
Harry, have you seen the content we've been creating?
Yes, I know. We're very in on the Frenchman.
Are we going there?
But dude, OAM looks fucking great, man.
He cut the head off. He sliced and diced.
Tell me that every UFC pick that PFL has signed and thrown mad money at has not been a flop.
You're not wrong.
Wow, that's true. Rory.
Anthony Pettis, but even he.
Pettis looked like shit the first time around. He looked like okay last year, even though they had to set up basically a squash match for him.
Who did he fight?
He fought Miles Price, won that one by triangle, and then he lost to Stevie Ray, that crazy body lock.
Yeah.
That's right.
That modified twister. But no, I mean, you're right. I think I saw some graphic that their last 8 or 9 acquisitions from the UFC have all gone on to lose their debut fight in the PFL. And now some of them have gone on to be successful. Like Chris Wade came over from the UFC, lost his first fight in the PFL, has been a mainstay with them since. I
wouldn't say he was a UFC fighter. Shane Burgos was like a UFC fighter.
For sure. Levels. But you know what I mean, just in terms of a guy who leaves the UFC, comes to PFL, fucking whatever. But yeah, I mean, Thiago Santos got his ass beat by Rob Wilkinson.
Aspen Ladd, she won. A lot of people were like up and down about the decision, but she won and she came over from UFC, so she did all right.
Right, she won. That was the Julia Budd fight last year, but then she lost her first regular season fight this year against Kolesnik, Elena.
Right, she lost the last fight.
Yeah,
and she won a squash match. What you call it? We call it a padded match. It's like a match to pad. You reckon?
Yeah.
Squash match. Fine, I like that term. A squash match.
Come say hi.
You're supposed to just squash that person, right?
Right, exactly.
Animals waiting for you.
Exactly.
But they put her in the regular division to kind of justify it. They were like, oh, look, she won that squash match. Now you're good. And she lost that match. She looked You know, I mean, listen, it wasn't a terrible fight, but she didn't look great.
No,
And they give that girl $250,000 a fight. Get the fuck out of here. It's crazy.
that's what she's making.
Swear to go look it up.
That's
very
fucking
there.
bonkers. That is banana. Good for her. Get that bag, queen. But that's
I'm not
fucking
gonna hate.
crazy.
It's just crazy to me in comparison that like what Steamroller makes.
I know. Yeah. Like
She's
that's
almost making what Aljo makes.
That's-
Aljo made $400,000 for his title fight
that's
in the
fucking
UFC.
crazy.
She made a little less than Aljo for a squash match at PFL. Good for her.
Get that bag, queen.
Literally.
Man,
Whoever her
Harry,
agent is
that's what
deserves
I'm
a fucking
looking for.
raise.
Harry, I'm not looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking for fucking the equivalent for me would be like, I don't know, at least 25 grand because then I'd get 25 grand in sponsors. 50 grand for me is like 250 for Aspen Lad.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 250. Oh, what was she even making in UFC?
Oh,
I
it
bet-
couldn't have been anywhere, dude.
First of
not
all,
even-
she never made weight, so she was always
Right.
getting paid.
But I think they signed
That's
her.
true.
I think she got her contract renewed twice. I would be fucking stunned if she was making more than 70,
Can someone
70.
look this up?
Probably,
look
I would
this up?
guess closer to 60, 60. But no fucking shot she was making more than 70, 70.
Maybe, but even that's like if you think about like a comparable guy fighter, an unranked dude, what's that guy making? What's an
Less.
unranked?
A lot less.
What's an unranked 135 guy making?
I mean, the entry level UFC contract right now is fucking 10, 10, 12, 12, 14, 14, 16, 16. These contender
That's right.
contracts.
And the contender 5'5".
Yeah, PFL Challenger Series is 7-7.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
right
it.
in that
Oh,
neighborhood.
wow. PFL's more.
7-7.
Oh.
PFL's paying.
The two contracts I have personal knowledge of, 7-7 for Challenger Series.
See, that would get my dick hard. A PFL, like their pay-per-view one.
Well, that they keep talking about it, but I don't know if they're actually gonna fucking.
Well, I got time
I
because
don't
I
know.
have to win the world championships this year.
That's
I'm
right.
only getting better with age. So jiu-jitsu this year, win the worlds. I want to win the worlds as a black belt. And then I got plenty of time. I'll only be 42. You know, I can fight for another 40, 50 years.
That's right.
Let's do it.
But yeah, so we got a little off topic, but OAM, I think that's 6 straight wins for him now. Absolutely fantastic showing against Burgos. I think a lot of the issue for Burgos is he's always been a pretty fucking big featherweight. At lightweight, he's just kind of a regular sized guy. And he doesn't seem to have that same speed that he has at 45, at 55. The power seemed to still be there, but he was having trouble getting inside, a lot of trouble landing on OAM. And OAM was able to just grapple him and take his back and stay on top of him. So
And
I don't
no
know if-
advantage.
right. I
No
don't know if
advantage
Burgos
there, circumcision.
right.
'Cause
And
I
I don't
was
think he could
full
fight at
uncircumcised.
45. I don't think he could fight at 45 for a whole regular season. You know what I mean? I'm going right I'm powering through, baby.
How would do that?
I'm powering right through that. But I don't think Burgos could make 45, 4 times in 8 months is the problem.
That could be tough. Yeah, I agree.
I think that's the only reason he moved up to 155. Why else would he not be competing at featherweight?
Yeah,
That's
that makes a lot of sense.
Right. Very good
It's
point.
too much to cut. Dude, every time you cut, it's like that's what takes it out of you. If you don't have to cut, you could definitely go a lot more. Like I'll see. You'll see with no cut. The guys used to fight 3 times in a night. Carrie, is it just me and you?
What?
Harry's frozen.
You
I
good?
disappeared.
Oh,
Is it just
but
me
Harry
and you?
was listening to you intently. I'm so high.
That motherfucker's never that intent listening to me.
No, I'm that high that I thought he was just like,
Harry's trying to bulldoze me all the time.
Harry's so stuck right now.
He's so stuck. That's great. That's how I imagine him in my head.
I am crying, laughing so hard. Oh,
So yeah, no way Shane Burgos is making.
I really thought Harry was just listening.
I wish Harry would find what I had to
You
say.
ain't that good of a listener.
No,
He
he
was
just bulldozed me over a great joke. I had to take a break from that joke.
Shh. My son just dented the sheetrock.
No.
Good for him, strong.
He just ran through it. I could send a photo.
Strong.
He ran through it.
Good for him.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna put spikes on my wall if I had kids. This way they fucking learn. They get real tough or die.
I
So
saw
the strong.
the movie Not by choice. I was dragged into it. I wanted to see John Wick, Avatar, or Creed when I was in
I wanted
Florida.
to see both. The only problem with John Wick is the plot is I fucking
Wait, there's
hate
a plot?
everyone. What's the plot? I hate everyone,
Oh,
and I'm
wait.
going to shoot you in creative ways. I need the backstory. I would have rather them did. You know how the
He
first
was in the Matrix, and then he had an excellent adventure, and now he's back to judo, throw, and shoot people, right?
He was
Isn't
in the
it a
Matrix.
movie?
Then he was in the Matrix.
There was a speeding bus that he jumped on.
Yes.
Speed.
Great movie. Great movie.
I hated it.
You're the only one.
I hated it too.
Really?
You're the only two.
Not a fan.
I'm not talking about the second or third one.
Oh, just in general.
If the bus doesn't go fast enough, we're all gonna die, dude. Really?
Why are they driving around in circles?
That's a stoner plot and a half.
Bro, tell me it's not a stoner
We
plot.
break, we die.
I'm like, you're telling me you can't drive another car alongside them at the correct speed to have them start unloading? No. They fucking drove that bus for a half hour. Swear to, how long is that movie? Fucking 2 hours they're driving this bus.
It's good mileage.
Great. Yeah, right. Plus 2 hours. What's crazy to me, too, is that they can do like 50 miles an hour.
Those buses?
Yeah, nonstop.
Not-
Harry, what's your favorite
on New
Keanu
York.
Reeves movie?
Supposed to be in
My
LA. We were
favorite
talking
what?
about Speed. You ever do it?
See, I didn't get to say my favorite Keanu Reeves movie. Go you first, Harry, then I'll go after.
Oh, favorite Keanu movie. Fuck.
My-
The kid in
love
me
that-
wants to say The Matrix, but I also like the John Wick movies. I don't know. I feel like those are also two really basic ass answers, but like, come on, they rule. Those movies
Fine.
rule.
Yeah.
Was that Carrie?
Constantine, they did one and done. They never did another.
Fair.
He said
I
if
might be the only person.
they asked him if you could redo any one of your movies or reprise any one of your movies, and he said Constantine, and they said, why haven't you? He said, they won't let me.
I bet.
Fair. That's
I
fair.
like Constantine.
Good
I
movie.
like The Matrix. You know what I really liked? Devil's Advocate.
That's a great.
Never seen it.
I was gonna say
What?
I don't think I've seen
No,
Devil's Advocate.
What?
You guys gotta watch it.
Al Pacino's the devil.
You gotta watch it.
We'll have to do a
First
movie
he
watch
tells
along.
you could eat you could touch the apple, but don't bite it. You could bite it, but don't swallow. You could swallow, but don't fucking, shit it out. Whatever. He's like, he has you. He's like, God has you jumping around. He's like, I'm a fan of man.
I want to see
Pacino's great.
Animal do
I'm a fan
Shakespeare.
of man. Me and Shakespeare.
Do you or do you don't?
No. What you're thinking with the head, that's alas, poor Uric. I knew him well, right? That's what you're thinking. Or, I could do some Shakespeare right now. I got a lot memorized.
Manimal could do Othello front to back, all by memory.
No, Othello's not my
The
favorite.
Brooklyn accent? Oh
I
my.
could do Macbeth. I probably could do Macbeth front to back.
That's impressive.
Three witches.
Most
What
of Hamlet.
shall we do?
I like how
Who
I'm
has
just
the best-
impressed by you saying that you can do it. I don't need any evidence or anything to back up the claim. I was just like,
No, you
wow,
should.
that's fucking
Well,
impressive.
It's a
That's
really
pretty
good
cool.
soliloquy.
Yeah.
You
You
said
don't
it
want to hear
confident
the
like
best
sign language.
soliloquy in Shakespeare? No, all right, fine. Whatever. So OAM looked good. Then who else fought?
PFL should do like
Who's a good
PFL
fight on
versus
PFL?
one. PFL should do PFL versus Bellator. Like those,
About good
the
ideas.
second tier should take the chances.
I think that sounds like they're gonna. My personal guess, and I want to make it very clear for anybody listening to this or anybody at PFL, this does not come from any fucking knowledge that I have from working over there, or freelancing over there, whatever. This is my fucking opinion. Don't fucking sue me. I'm not breaking anything. I personally think that they're gonna open up that pay-per-view division with Kayla Cyborg as a headliner.
That would be amazing if they could get that done. That would be
I think they already would have got it done if Kayla didn't lose to Pacheco in the finals last year. I think that kind of took the wind out of that fight a little bit. But I think that's how they open that division.
I mean, I think that would be probably one of the best like super fights entertainment wise. ever.
For the
Yeah.
girls,
I'll give you
not
my
only for women.
happen, and it's a very people are going to not like unfavorable. I fucking destroy her.
I mean, based on what we just saw, it's hard to disagree with you. I
love
guess
Harrison, but she had fucking demolished Cyborg. It would demolish Larissa, and I hate to say that too, but she's traveling, never been tested in any real MMA fights, and she can fucking grapple, and it's
right.
She's a good grappler.
Yeah.
Really, she should grapple more. Always my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think the only
That's always
question
my
would
opinion.
be if you do it at 45, I would assume Kayla is going to be a good bit bigger than Cyborg would be. And the other question is, how much would Cyborg have declined in the past couple of years? So I think it's still an interesting fight. Yeah, that's true, I guess. That's true. If we're doing this outside of USADA, then fuck it. Let him juice to the gills. Do it in fucking Rio.
Cyborg activated.
Kerry, what's your call? Kayla Harrison, juice?
I'm gonna look at her from when she was younger, and I will give
That's
you
the Olympics.
but from what I've seen, I don't think so. Now
That is a good point. You can't get it past the Olympic Committee.
There
Well,
are
she
some
look
women
at the Olympics,
that are
though.
just
Was
big.
she as jacked as she is in PFL?
I'm gonna look at her like throughout her career, and that's my best. I'm not gonna say, just like my spidey senses. No, I want to really look at her and look at pictures of her progression, and I'll tell you immediately. Because that's how I figured out Holly Holm and Cyborg. I was like, look at their faces; they changed dramatically. Your facial structure doesn't change unless you're fucking transitioning or taking testosterone.
The growth.
Gotta be taking tests. Yeah.
If a woman's jawline changes, she on something.
Yeah, I learned that in baseball when Barry Bonds was hit.
If she gets, can't really wear bikinis.
Barry Bonds just got the big mega mind head. And so, so that's what Dana's got too. That's whatever whatever they got Dana on is making him, Rogan too, honestly. It's making all of them grow these big bulbous orb heads.
And they get very red.
Very red. Very, very red and very vascular.
That's not TRT, that's growth hormone.
Yeah.
TRT. It's dynamite.
Because you'll see once you go on growth, you get red. Yeah, I guess.
Dana's so red. Dana's a shade of red that no human being should be in a resting state.
He always looks like he's just gonna pop at any moment.
Yes, he looks like he has a blood pressure of like 180 over 120.
You remember when Blade, the
like a mild stroke at any given time.
The measurements every time.
Yeah.
You remember when Blade stabbed that guy with like a needle that made the head blow up?
Yeah. Blade rocks.
I think that's what's happening to Dana White. They just inject the growth rate in his head.
Probably.
I had a client that injected growth hormone 3 times into his dick.
Is he a fucking moron?
No, he's old. But
that's not an answer.
Yeah, but he was like that if you can't fuck before they try to put, let's say, a pump in it. Like, let's say you take medication that don't work. Then they shoot growth hormone in your dick. And he was like, it gets black and blue, like days. And he was like, after 3 times, though, it fucking got like an inch bigger and thick. And fucking, he's like, always rock. I was like, good for you. I was like, I'll keep that in mind in case I'm ever like 60 or 70 and
want to be fucking rocked up all the time with a dick full of needles. Fucking bricked up at the grocery store.
That's right,
from a gust of wind. Jesus Christ.
I like her.
Don't let him do north-south on you, Harry.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm excited to get back on the mats. Very, very excited to roll again.
I'm not. I mean, not me. I am, but not for you.
Yeah, fair.
I'm gonna put you in a bubble, like you ever see when they wrestle in that big bubble.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna put you in that for your first day back.
Protection, peace.
I'm gonna show up and they're gonna have me looking like Kobe Bryant that last season on the bench, where he would play like 8 minutes and then they would come out and they would wrap his whole body in ice. You know what I'm talking about?
Nice you down.
I'm gonna look like the fucking Michelin Man.
You need to walk out like the K9 suits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the bite suit.
Dude, I think I said this last time, but every ad I get on Instagram now is for fucking jiu-jitsu knee braces, and I feel like they're all bullshit.
It's donation. Again, guys, we have an open donation line.
Yeah, we raised 84 cents.
Nice,
Right?
nice,
We're
nice.
almost there.
I very explicitly told people do not donate money to this, so I'm
We
glad.
owe Brooklyn money.
84 people.
Harry's semi-employed,
Yeah,
semi-unemployed.
underemployed.
He's underemployed. You know what I always wonder when they put out like job statistics and it's like, oh, you know, the economy added like 300,000 jobs. I'm like, how much is that?
Right? How many of them are me working 3 bullshit jobs that don't account to 1 real one?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I have, right, like with 2 things, they would count me as having 2 things. You have 3 things.
Right.
Oh, this motherfucker picked up another job. Look at this. The
Yeah.
economy is great. You lost 1 job. You
Yeah,
picked
this
3.
fucking guy went down to the job store, just picked up 4 jobs off the job tree.
Look, it's great. He's working 3 jobs. Like, no, well, not really. But that's what it looks like, right?
Right. God.
Yeah. What
That's
is
a good question.
what's Mark Twain say? There's there's lies, there's damn lies. He's like, and then there's statistics. He's like, there's 3 types of lies: lies, damn lies, and then statistics. He's like, what do you say? Oh man, the inflation's down 1%. Oh, but we don't count gas, rent,
Yeah.
housing, lumber, oil. What the fuck do you count?
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. It's like, hold on, let me skew the numbers. Hey, listen. It's like if I'm undefeated at 145.
There you go.
Like, yeah, it's true. Yeah. I'm gonna fuck, but I'm not gonna celebrate that, right? Because then when you actually look at it, it's like, yeah, well, you only had like 1 fight at 145.
Dude, I've had promotions try to pull that shit with me, where they like, you know, you got like a press release or a media packet or whatever, and it's like, yeah, so and so like undefeated at lightweight, and you look at their record, and it's like, all right, well, they're fucking 8-5, and like the 4 losses are at 170 and 185, but they only have 2 fights at 55, like. And it's like
65,
right, yeah, big boys.
That too.
Well, I saw. Speaking of the big boys, I saw Tanner Bozer this weekend in an unsuccessful cut to 205. But further evidence of my theory that about 80% of professional heavyweight MMA fighters are just fat light heavyweights, and you could probably say about 70% of light heavyweights are just fat middleweights. So I don't know.
I'd say the least fat weight classes is 170 and under.
For sure.
You never see anybody fat in those weight classes.
Aljo can make 125.
Oh God. Animal.
You'd have to cut his dick off. You
Might
much
have to
weight?
cut fucking more than that off.
Pounds.
Okay, that's like 2 pounds at least. He's never gonna make weight.
He's gonna be like, all right, everybody tune into the weekly scraps.
These scraps, guys. I just got my kidney removed.
But I think
I said Jake now,
Henry said,
inside
I mean, that fight's coming up soon.
It is. We're coming in hot.
Is
Inside each heavyweight, there are
Favola
2
getting on the
wolves.
main card?
Main
I
card,
saw,
baby. It
yes.
looks like it.
Is that official?
Main card, Maddie. Yes, sir.
Wow.
We love to see it. It makes sense though. It's a lightweight fight for a ranking.
Yeah, against 2 perennial,
Right, 2 great action fighters. Like what
2
more could
perennial
you want for a main
action
card?
lightweights who
Yeah.
have both been in the UFC for half a decade at least.
You want action.
maybe more.
You want gusto. You
Right,
want
Steve Roll's been in there
machismo. Frivola.
way
May
before
6th.
COVID, and that's
Yeah.
2 years already. So you're talking about at least 5 years.
I mean,
Steve
yeah,
Roll's
Matt
been
came
the
in.
UFC.
What was it? The 2nd season of Contender Series or the 1st?
It might have been the first.
It was 1st or 2nd. And I think
he's first or second.
I think we're 5 or 6 deep now. Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so you're talking about 5 years in the UFC. Drew Dober, maybe 7 years in the UFC, maybe more. 2 veterans, 2 great, exciting lightweights.
2 guys who have never been in a boring fight.
No.
Ever. Steamroll's been looking good. You know, unfortunately, Billy Q's fight went south, but he did fight a killer against Barbosa. And
Listen, all love to Billy Q. We love the guy. Nothing but respect for him. He'll be
Yeah,
back
fuck-
better than
fuck.
ever in no
Besides
time.
some barstool jackass trying
Yeah,
to take a
fuck
shot.
that
You
guy.
saw that? You saw that, Harry?
Fuck that guy, dude. Jersey Jerry. What the
Fortune-
fuck, bro? This guy is best known for 1, shitting himself on the subway, and 2, making a video where he was watching a Steelers game and threatened to kill himself. Those are his 2 big claims to fame. And you're gonna sit there and talk shit to a fucking UFC fighter, telling him get him a GPS and this, that, and the other thing, and fucking saying that you forgot to tag him and tagging him after. Like, eat shit, dude. Who the fuck are you? And yeah, Matt, being Matt, was just like, I'll see you next week when I'm at the Barstool office.
That's the original problem I had with Ariel Helwani back in the day. When he first started, he would be super aggressive with fighters, and I'm like, the fuck is this guy? I'm like, maybe I'm super sensitive about fighting.
You beta.
What?
The Rampage one was
like,
good.
You beta.
Yeah, the Rampage. Remember,
on beta.
that's my first career. So that's what I remember always. And yeah, I know fighting's a sport, but of any sport, to me, it's the rawest. Because I told you how I feel as an artist. An artist puts himself on display, cuts himself, and bleeds all over, and then says, "Watch me suffer and bleed." So that's what an artist does.
Harry's
A martial artist
of the year.
does that shit in front of everyone and actually does bleed, not metaphorically, physically, in front of his crowd for his art. So to me, it's more personal, and someone who has never done it, I could see them being callous about it. But if I fucking punched them in the fucking face and broke his orbital bone with my elbow and then choked him unconscious, I think you'd have a different appreciation for the sport. So any guy that would like to talk shit, welcome to. But that's what I would like to retort whenever they would sign a waiver to do that.
Right.
Wow. You guys see Manimal's whole frame got dark as he said that?
There are respectful ways to criticize fighters. You can criticize a fighter or their performance in a respectful way without being just a fucking dick about it or talking shit about it. Like, there are ways to do that respectfully.
Because guys get used to doing that shit for like football and baseball.
Right. Where like these guys also have
becoming
much
a
bigger
more
followings.
mainstream thing.
They don't see their fucking mentions. Like, if you tag a UFC fighter, unless it's fucking Conor McGregor or some shit, chances are they're gonna see and read that shit.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to see that shit.
Yeah, and fighters are sensitive. That's why we fight.
Right.
There's something there that will, like, it's actually a very sensitive thing that makes you want to fight and develop that type of toughness and skill set. So yeah, fighters are sensitive, and these dudes that want to criticize, I don't like it. That's why the fucking MMAvengers, we lead from the fucking front.
That's
okay,
right.
all these other motherfuckers are out there talking shit, and I don't see them on the mat. We're in the gym, we're on the mat, in the cage, in the fucking ring. All right,
At the doctor's office.
At the doctor's fucking touches. All right, trying to get a good fucking knee brace.
Yeah.
And also looking for a hookup for steroids, HGH for Harry Mack.
DM me.
What else would you like? I don't know.
I want Winstraw. I want Test. I want Deca. I want Tren.
Oh, I hear that's good, Tren. I hear that makes you really a dick.
Yeah, I want all of it. All of it.
Yeah.
Put me on a cycle of all that shit, dude. And then you gotta get the shit to cut you out, lean you out. It's a whole fucking. I need the whole cycle.
Yeah, ask Ian. You guys could do it together. In that fight.
Yes, perhaps. But
Ian,
as I was saying there, the polite way to analyze Billy Q's loss over this past weekend would be Edson Barboza made a fantastic fucking read and landed the perfect strike, and that was that. Billy will learn. He'll get better. He'll be back. No doubt in my mind about that.
The fight too. Did you see right after?
Yeah, explaining it to him. But no, dude, it was just like he timed up Beneil Dariush. When Beneil Dariush and Barboza fought at 155, you watch that whole fight, Dariush, every single time, he probes out the jab. Right behind the jab is the double leg. Eventually, Barboza just sees it enough times where he times it up. And so he eats the jab. He knows the jab is coming. And as soon as he eats the jab, bang, rips that flying knee, knocks Dariush clean out. Same exact breed. Which is incredible to me.
Yeah, because Dariush is a great fighter.
Right.
Styles make fights, and making that read. What do you think? Dariush said he should get the title shot. You know, he was he was upset to get skipped, but he still has to fight Oliveira.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Benny can't catch a break, man. He really can't. But he's
he's
so
getting
good.
older too. Could you fucking give this guy a break?
Right. It's not like he hasn't been inactive
Because all these
due
guys
to
are
like
the
lack of
toughest
desire.
scale too.
Right. But no, that's why it's exciting to see like guys like Armin and Gamrod and all these guys coming up. Jalen Turner, you know what I mean? It feels like for the first time in a little bit we have some fun young talent coming up in the light.
Who just lost to
Fiziev.
Islam?
To Islam?
Yeah, who just lost to Islam? Not Volk before him, the lightweight. Was it Gaethje or Poirier?
It was Oliveira.
Oh, Oliveira, that's right. So he beat the guy. So Oliveira beat both Gaethje and Poirier, right?
Right.
Okay. And Islam finished Oliveira. I know MMA math don't work like that, but it kind of
Sometimes
is coming to the point where it's like, who is he gonna like? Who are they gonna match him up? It's kind of stale. Poirier, you know how that's gonna go. Poirier is gonna fucking get choked out. I'm just saying.
I love Dustin, but he loves to give his back in the clinch along the cage. It's his
against
fucking
a good
kryptonite.
grappler.
Right.
He's like,
It's
oh,
his kryptonite, man.
You got me. You got my back.
Aw, shucks.
Here we are again.
Yeah.
Poirier has to win a title. Like I feel like he's the like in that Bisbing type of category.
There's a lot of Tony Ferguson parallels. Both won an interim belt. Never really, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Always right on the fucking edge there.
Absolutely. In another dimension, Tony's the champ. Too bad.
Man.
He just kind of passed him by that fight with Gaethje. He almost won.
That was a tough one. That was tough to watch.
It turned on him.
As a guy who really, really liked Tony Ferguson, likes Tony Ferguson, that was his last few fights have been really tough to watch. But
yeah, the fairest fight was him and Nate.
Yeah, I mean, that was, you want to talk about the MMA gods just like stepping in and making it happen? That was correct because Nate had no business in there with Kamaev, and Tony had no business in there with he was supposed to fight the Leech, right? Legion Liang?
I think so.
Yeah. Neither of those fights had any business happening. Tony and Nate was the fight to make.
Yeah.
Good old guy fight.
Thank the gods that they stepped out. I was like, oh, praise Odin when I heard that.
Still fixed, in my opinion. Tony Ferguson doesn't fight at 170 for 10 years. Nate Diaz was at 170. And then the 178 fight between Hamzat and Holland.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Nate went 5 rounds with Leon and almost knocked him out.
He almost did it. It's just so funny that everybody's lasting memory from that fight is Leon looking like a fucking bobblehead and not beating the shit out of Nate for 4.5 rounds.
Up for 4 rounds.
Yeah.
No. But let me tell you, that's the way it goes.
So such is life.
Nate has a great strategy, but he doesn't use his tactics well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, instead of swarming Leon and looking for the finish, he stood there and pointed at him.
And also, talk about a guy who has a great ground game. That guy should shoot a takedown every 5 punches.
Right. But no desire. No desire.
He's got the gas tank. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the gas tank. He can marab dudes if he wanted.
Yep.
And better really because he's smacking guys up and finishing guys like that without doing that.
We need to get Marab to do the Georgian slap.
I saw Marab over there climbing trees in Italy. Looks like he's having a hell of a time. You love to see it.
How much does that guy get around? Because I saw him a few days ago at Sarah's.
Well, now he's in Italy. He's an international man of mystery.
Mr. International.
He wears the top
I thought I was the most interesting man in the world. But apparently Marab's making a run for it.
I'd watch the fuck out of a Marab reality show.
And then you pay extra for the OnlyFans.
Right, that's right.
So it's like he goes out with a girl, right? And then it's like, boom, $29.99. You see the rest.
I'll show you why they call me the machine.
Or no, they got to do it by the hour. It's like $10 an hour. Next thing, but you can't back out. Next thing you know, you're into that shit for 8, 9, 10 hours. You're like, oh, motherfucker, your wife's $1,000. I didn't know it was going to be 10 hours of fucking watching the machine. Fuck.
I can see Marab with the bow tie.
I closed the fucking screen, but they charge by the hour. What?
I can see Marab with the bow tie.
Just a bow tie. We'll be there. Maybe that's what we should do.
Yo, Carhana is going to light heavyweight.
Who?
Carhana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I don't care about light heavyweight till Yuri comes back. Mickey Mouse belt, Mickey Mouse division. Jamal Hill is not the best light heavyweight on earth. That's just a fact. I'm sorry.
Is there a grand scheme?
I'm going to have to disagree with you.
And
You think Jamal Hill's the best light heavyweight on earth?
Right now. He beat Glover, and Glover is good, right?
And he beat Yuri in terms of Instagram comedy.
Oh, no, Jamal Hill's the funniest motherfucker out there.
He's a great poster.
I'm coming.
Like the types of entrance fighters.
Great poster.
Great skits. I'm a big fan. I'd love to get
him
on the
posting
podcast.
weight champ. Him and Paolo Costa.
I'd love to get him on the podcast, and you can tell him how you feel, Harry.
I think he's a good fighter.
Listen, I mean, he's the fucking champ. He beat one of the best guys. Is he the best ever? No. Is he the best right now? Yeah. I mean, you can't argue with that. The guy has mad skills.
Glover was coming to kill. Like,
I just feel like there are multiple guys in his own weight division who would beat him right now.
Okay,
right now. I would pick Magomed Ankalaev over him right now without hesitation. I would pick Yuri. I would pick Yuri over him without hesitation as soon as Yuri's healthy.
Listen, I really like Yuri, so I think Yuri
vacated. This is an interim belt. In my brain, this is an interim belt. Yuri vacated because he's a good
champ before, so to me,
sure, I get that. But Yuri vacated. He didn't have to do that. So in my brain, that belt isn't going to be legitimate until that fight happens.
I do think that Yuri should win that fight, though. Even though I think Jamal Hill, listen, he's the champ right now, best light heavyweight right now.
He's a good fighter. But he went life and death with Thiago Santos in the fight before the title fight.
Bro, how do you know the guy didn't have diarrhea?
I don't know he didn't have diarrhea, but I know he went life and death with the ghost of Thiago Santos.
I know, and Thiago Santos looked even worse after that. So
yes,
Thiago Santos gave a lot in that fight. Obviously, maybe that was his last.
That's a hell of a spin. I respect it. I see right through what you're doing, and I respect it.
I award the
game recognized game, Animal.
But no, I think Jamal Hill's a great fighter.
Look, he's a lot of fun.
Top of all time? No, but I tell you what, and the guy's a dog.
Oh my god, this just came to me. This would be Manimal like explaining why he slept with the king's wife. Hey, King, you're always busy. Maybe your wife. Okay, Manimal, I see your point.
Don't worry.
Off with the queen's head.
No. I'd be like, don't worry. Didn't you always want, to have more free time? Now you do. Don't worry. She calls out your name in bed. Don't worry.
I see your point.
She does 100%. I'll show you a video. We'll tape one right now.
Is it true that you are always a gust of wind could make you aroused? And the crowd would go.
Depends where that gust of wind comes from.
Did you get HGH shots in your dick?
Never. No. Hopefully it don't come to that. But
he lies, Saya. He lies.
Show me evidence.
What is there a card this? Oh yeah, Pavlovich Blades is this weekend. That's a rare good heavyweight fight.
That's what you were gonna.
I actually really like that fight.
Wait, what was the? Oh, Jillian Robertson looked good and smoked a joint.
Yes,
I like the post fight.
I did see
I like
good.
One. I was like, and she
did you see a tap there, Manimal? I think it was Goddard, right? Whoever the ref was said that it called it a verbal tap. I thought it looked to me like she got away with the old Brazilian quick tap. You know what I mean? The one and then decide you're not going to do it.
Pull the foot.
That's what I thought of it as. It looked like a one, and I was like, not really, but
right. It looked like I'm thinking about it. Oh, never mind.
But the ref has the right to stop the fight at any time.
I was gonna say that it's up to the ref's discretion at the end of the day if he wants to.
That was fucking deep. And Jillian Robertson is a dog with the jits.
Yeah.
So like that somewhat she was either gonna tap there or get seriously hurt. So I don't know. You can't have a problem with that stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, it looked tight.
It was in.
She had the arm up. So
right.
When you have an arm bar and you're like flat like that. Not as bad as when you're like this, like when your shoulder comes off the mat and the arms back. Then that fucking that elbow socket's gonna break.
Right, like full. She was full extension, like that. Yeah,
and she knows how to break.
Right.
Let's just say breaking joints and smoking them.
Yeah, that was a good bit.
He needs to make a shirt like that. I'll donate.
Hell yeah. But Pavlovich Blades this weekend. I do like that fight. I like that one. That's a fun one. I think Curtis Blades probably wins that. I've been holding more Curtis Blades stock than anybody I know for like 5 years now. So I need to be vindicated at this point. It's coming.
You wish you would have beat Ngannou, right?
Of course. But I always liked Curtis Blades. I don't know what it was.
He was fighting someone and was actually doing good on the feet and then stopped. And wrestled and got knocked out. Was it against Black Beast?
Yeah, it was Lewis. He was looking good on the feet, decided to wrestle, shot in, and got fucking clipped with that uppercut on the way in and was out.
But on the feet, he was actually doing good. I was like, oh.
No, in his last few fights, he's looked really, really good on the feet. He knocked Dawkins out, fucking pieced him up on the feet, didn't wrestle at all, really. So
he's probably better for a guy like that who likes to wrestle. Just guy and put him against the cage.
The way I've always just viewed Curtis Blades as one of very few UFC heavyweights who is actually very, very skilled. You know what I mean? A lot of heavyweights are big dudes. Right. A lot of guys there are big dudes who hit really fucking hard, and that's their bit. You know what I mean? But Curtis Blades he's a skilled fighter, and he's gotten so much better on the feet, so much more tactical, much better footwork, much better, much cleaner looking boxing, better striking. So I do think that he is like a championship pedigree fighter. I would imagine a win here probably sets him up for a fight with, I don't know if Bones Stipe is happening next, but I would imagine that puts him next in line.
Yeah.
Supposed to be Bones Stipe.
Yeah.
Curtis Blades Bones.
It doesn't really sell.
Doesn't do nothing for me.
It doesn't really sell. But I like Blades.
The Stipe thing is going to happen.
I agree with you on that one, Harry. Everything, Blades is a great fighter. He has the right pedigree, couple bad decisions in fights. You think when you should have zagged. You know what Julius Caesar says? The fortunes of warfare are always doubtful.
On the same card, Bobby Green versus Queen Zone.
Yeah, okay.
Jared Gordon.
I'm 100% sure you're not. When I hear a guy say it, remember what GSP said? He was on Rogan and he's like, I can never sleep before my fights. And Rogan's like, you can never sleep before your fights. He's like, only one fight. He's like, before I fought Sarah, I slept that night.
That's a good one.
But it's the truth, and I know why. Because everyone was like, dude, you're going to crush this guy. He came off the reality show. He was a 55. I know what they were saying. And that's when someone's ripe to fucking fall.
Rested on your laurels.
Yeah, whenever I start hearing that shit, and 99% of the time when a guy's gonna lose, when he's talking about the next fight.
Mm-hmm.
Always. When I hear someone say that shit, I'm like, there's only one fight. One fucking fight at a time. That's it. You could fucking die right here. You could become permanently. You can't fucking think past this fight. This is it. You got one fight. Oh, when I win this fight, I'm gonna then do what? We didn't even make it past this fight. We're backstage. I've had fighters.
Flip flops.
I've had fighters backstage being like, "Oh, after I win this fight, then I was like, what? Shut up." Because
You think it'd be badass if I say this on the mic? You think it'd be badass if I say that on the mic? You're like, dude.
no, that's different. That's good. That's visualization of the win
Oh,
on
you
that
like
fight.
that?
Like that's good. You should visualize yourself winning and getting the mic. But the fight after that, then you're already looking past the one right here.
I get that. I think that's a fair distinction to make.
I agree.
Yeah, like if you're thinking, I want to wear this. I'm putting effort into this fight.
Right. But it's still about this fight.
Once you start thinking about, after this, I'm gonna do. You're gonna what? How do you know you could do anything? How do you know you're not gonna be in the hospital for 3 weeks? You know what I mean? You don't know. Don't fucking make no plans after the fight.
I always do get surprised when I see fighters posting like sponsored after party here and there. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen that shit where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is where the after party is? I'm just like, yo, like you might be at the fucking hospital, bro. How are you signing up for a sponsored after party?
So
That's
weird.
crazy to me.
Yeah, like I fought my first fight at Bellator was at Mohegan Sun. I was in the hospital for 2 hours, and then figuring out, so it's
Right.
like,
You never fucking know.
what after party? There's no after party to be done. And like,
I've always
luckily some of my friends waited, and we had dinner at like midnight.
I definitely know it's like an old man yelling at cloud take, but that's one thing I'll never understand. That one's always been weird to me.
I'm a fight. I don't like it either. I've never done it. I don't think I would. I'd be like,
Yeah, that's the answer, Ike.
what?
The almighty dollar.
So good.
Jared Gordon, Bobby Green on that
You
undercard.
can't do anything with that money
I can't get that
that's
one out.
as much fun as you could do for free.
Perhaps. Yeah, though, that's a great fight, Ike. That's a great
Which
fight.
fight?
Bobby Green, Jared Gordon.
I was about to put it on the lower third.
Oh, really? You think it should have been the early prelims?
I'm
No, it's
pumped.
a good fight.
Always pumped for Jared fight. And also James Gonzalez on Bellator.
Yes.
Let's go!
Talk about praying to the gods.
What an opportunity.
Yo,
Does anybody know what shape he's in? Can anybody fill us in?
sick shape. I seen him the other day.
Like COVID sick?
He's
or like-
always in good shape.
Bro, the fucking kid just, you know what they tried to do with him and Aaron Pico? They
No.
want to try to kill him.
Well, yeah.
Okay. What? How long did he have for this fight? They give him 2 weeks notice.
How do you?
to fight Aaron Pico. Okay. Really? How long do you think Aaron Pico knew he was going to fight at that date?
Definitely
At
longer
least
than
6,
that.
8 weeks. I bet you at least 6 weeks out. They were like, listen, we want to put you on this Honolulu card. We'll find you an opponent. Start getting ready. Start getting ready. Make sure you're in fight shape. And then 2 weeks out, oh, James, call this guy. He just fought. What?
Beat a ranked opponent, didn't get his number.
Didn't get his number. Beat a ranked opponent.
Right, that was fucking
Now-
weird. He beat the number
Now
one
let's
guy.
give him Aaron Pico, who's ranked what? 4?
He's gotta be in their top 5.
Are they gonna give him a fucking number?
I mean, if he wins this fight and they don't, I don't know what are we doing here. Is he gonna be a bigger dog than he was in the May fight? He was
Wait.
he was 6-1. I'm curious. I wonder if that line has opened anywhere yet.
I'm
I'm looking.
trying to find it. Number 4 ranked Bellator fighter. Okay, so the number nothing guy.
No, James is plus 475. Pico minus 750 is the number I'm seeing. So that's shorter odds than the last fight.
What was the last fight?
He was 6-1. He was plus 600.
Yeah, I think Harry made like $14.
Aaron Pico is better than Cody Law.
Yeah. That's a
Cody
weird
Law was
price.
ranked 9. Aaron Pico is ranked 5.
Does Aaron Pico do the box?
I guess-
30 seconds left, try to take him down? Like, what's the strategy here if you're Pico?
I would imagine it's keep it on the feet. He's going to be the bigger, longer guy. His boxing is probably where he'll have the advantage. I don't think he wants to roll with James.
Even though Pico's a wrestler, jiu-jitsu wise, James is going to be on his back.
Right.
And he's going to be a combination then
We saw those elbows.
of fucking him up and trying to submit him. So
I
I
think
think
James
Pico's
is like a captain of like the law fighters in a way. Like he's that uncrowned king.
Who?
This is like James. I feel like this is a big fight for him to.
Really, not Marab or Aljo or
They're
Bazookia.
in Vegas. Get it? They're in Italy right now.
Frivola.
Rivola.
Well, if you're doing captains, you get 4 captains. Yeah,
Do you?
Maddie's definitely captain.
You get 4 captains?
Oh,
Yeah, what sport are we talking about?
I've never been on that ship. I thought a ship had 1 captain.
Are we
What
talking
are we
about boats
about?
or
This
I
is
don't
a
know
big
what
ship.
we're talking about.
it's a big
I
ship.
don't know. Is this a team thing? Because I never played sports.
It's like a. Well, you think naval ships only have 1 captain?
Yes.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
watch Below Deck.
I
Okay,
think,
what if
yes,
it's like-
by definition, that's what a captain is.
I watch Below Deck. And
Yeah.
they always have 1 captain.
That's
okay,
right.
Maybe James could be an admiral.
And then a first mate. Admiral, that's above captain.
Oh,
You don't know your fucking ranks. You never study military history?
dude, I never studied.
Admiral's like a general. Admiral's like top. Captain's below admiral.
Oh, I gotta play Call of Duty again then.
We gotta get your shit together, all right? Well, Call of Duty, isn't that like the army? Because then that would be like captain, then colonel, right? Or would it be? It's like captain, major, lieutenant colonel, colonel, general, and then all the stars that go up.
What would Ray be? Let's start with that.
Raise the fucking 5-star general,
Okay.
That's right.
and I guess Matt would be too. It's like when you have 2 different fronts. So in World War II, you have a 5-star general in both the divisions, right? So like there's a 5-star general or a 4-star general probably. There's like a 4-star general in like Europe and then a 4-star general in the Pacific Ocean. So it's like that. Like raise the 4-star general, 5-star general of like the striking strategy department, and then Sarah's like the 4 or 5-star general of the like jiu-jitsu mindset department. That's how I would see it. And then you rank them down from there. Right. So then under them is all the different generals. And then because like Aljo would be the general, right? Marab might get a promotion soon. But whatever. That's enough of military
Animals Military History Corner.
military history, and we can take all different civilizations and do their military history. Let me know. I'm open to suggestion.
What's your favorite war movie?
Favorite war movie? Ooh, that's a good one.
I think I know my answer.
Oh yeah, say yours. I'm thinking.
I am a very big fan of Fury. With that's tough because Inglourious Bastards is also one of my favorite movies, but that's a fictional story, so I feel like it doesn't count. But I love that movie.
No, you can do fictional.
All right, so Inglourious Bastards or Fury?
Okay. I love a few things.
Never
War
heard of it.
movie? Oh, huh?
Never heard of it.
Old, because it's nostalgic for me, is Red Badge of Courage. Only because it's a nostalgic Civil War one for me. But actual, there's a few good ones. I love Platoon. I love Saving Private Ryan too. That first scene, that half hour of them landing on the beach is savage.
Yeah,
The
I played
hook is
through Call of Duty.
What?
They recreated it in Call of Duty.
So then you understand Ryan is a private. That's the lowest rank. So they got I forget what Tom Hanks is supposed to be. Is he a captain? Is he a lieutenant? What is he?
He had AIDS in Philadelphia.
What?
He had AIDS in Philadelphia.
Yeah, to tie it all up.
But now he'd be fine.
That's right.
How funny
Now
is
they
it
advertise AIDS medicine like it's fucking cough syrup.
How funny
Oh,
is
do
it?
you
Somebody
have
named
AIDS
Magic
and
Johnson.
herpes? Let us know. We got a bunch of shit for you. Thanks.
Oh,
I
here we go.
took a bunch of edibles like an hour before the show, and I'm just feeling wonderful at this point.
Oh, good for you. I love that for you.
Can't smoke weed, but I can eat it. What else we got?
I think we're climbing to a stop.
We got May 6th. We got to figure out what we're doing for the MMAvengers and UFC Newark.
Don't forget,
Yes.
April 30th, Sunday, we're celebrating Manimal's birthday.
I will remember that.
Are we? What are we doing?
Some
May 1st.
steaks, recording.
Why
What
the
do you mean
30th?
you don't want to have him over?
I'm going to
Yeah.
be away that weekend.
You're
I
away
got-
that weekend?
Training camp with one of my boys, Matty G. He rented a place upstate. Gonna do some mace, some jujitsu. I
The
think
breath-
he loves breathing stuff.
I like
Yeah,
breathing.
chef. Be a good time. He really does like a fitness business camp. He's pretty good. He designed my my landing page for my 21-day jiu-jitsu program. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And then we got a lot of stuff coming up. You know,
Always do.
we got the UFC.
Yeah.
Hopefully a Manimal training camp coming up. A Manimal documentary coming out in June. Got a lot of stuff.
Oh
Oh, Token Choke Challenge. Doing a weed-based
Yes.
jiu-jitsu event.
yeah. Like that.
Cannot.
Oh, this
Cannot wait.
weekend, April 22nd, you can catch, I believe, 2 MMAvengers on the commentary desk. Yes, Ike?
Yeah, I'm hoping not to get fired by saying anything bad. I will just do sign language.
Ike and I will be doing play-by-play and commentary with Ben the Bane Davis at Flex Fight Series Volume 22 this weekend. We're going to be doing the early
So
show.
Harry,
It
you
starts at
better
noon.
lead this shit. You better lead this shit.
Of course. Well, last time they just told me like they're TJ was just like, yeah. So are you good to be the lead play-by-play guy? And I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I've never really done this before, but sure.
You're like, I'm confident.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You're like, how hard could it be? Daniel Cormier does it.
That's right. I'd like to think it went pretty well. I got a couple good kicks out of
I
that.
mean, barely.
I only said fuck once.
If I'm not allowed to say fuck that.
See, the key is you just power through it. That's the real key. You just keep it moving. You pretend it didn't even happen. If you linger on
Isn't
it,
it
that's when
something
it
like
becomes a problem.
40 fights?
It's a lot of fights. It's a lot of
That's
fights.
40 fights. Flex
We're-
has 40 fights.
We're doing our show is I think like 18.
What?
A lot of fights. They're doing like they're doing 2 cards, about 40 fights in a day.
Why?
We're doing the AMI card, and then there's a pro card after that.
That seems just like too much.
I don't make the rules, man.
Stagger it. Do
We
it
just-
every other weekend.
I guess the
just show
Amis,
up.
I mean, at least those are like 3-2s, some of them, right?
Yeah, a lot of them. There's a lot of kickboxing too, so a lot of 2-minute rounds.
But my God, that's going to be a fucking 12-hour day.
It's gonna be. I think the show is slated for 5 hours.
Okay, well, let's think about it by the numbers. If an amateur fight runs 3-2s with a minute break, right? That puts you now at the actual fight taking 9 minutes. Announcing all that bullshit. You're talking about at least 15 minutes a fight. That's 4 fights an hour. How many fights you got? 40?
No, we're only on for. It's less than half of that. It's like 18, I think. I got
18 fights.
Yeah.
All right. 18 fights. Yeah, you can get 5 hours.
Yeah. The math adds up.
40 fights would be 10 hours.
No, it's the second show starts at 7. Fucking
Oh, and then that's gonna go another 5 hours.
Bane is doing all 40 fights, which is crazy.
Adderall.
Yeah, so I'm right. It's 10 hours. Yeah,
No,
so
that's like,
you're
I
doing
couldn't do
5
that.
hours, right? Noon to 7.
Bro, I was dead after the last show, and I think we had 12 fights at the last one that I did. And I was fucking exhausted after that. It's like, you got to be locked in the whole time. And I also was the only person without a fucking cough button, so I was on a hot mic the entire night. I had to mind my P's and Q's.
Dude, I don't know how. That's why Ray might be the highest ranking, because how the fuck at 65 or whatever he is, he does that shit all the time, being up and like ordering guys. I'm tired after I do that shit. I'm like, I'm fucking. I want a nap. I'm like, shit. I'm like, that was a lot of work. I'm like very emotionally invested here. Like every weekend. And then I fly to Vegas, here, there. It's a lot.
Yes,
Shout out to Ray Longo. That's the real MMA GOAT.
That's
You
facts.
need to get the Ray Longo documentary out. I told Jake, every time you're around Ray, you get as much footage as you can of him.
That's right.
When it comes time to make Ray's doc, it'll already be done.
That's a good move.
That's
a good move. But yes, throwdownsports.com. You can use the promo code Harry Mack for 10% off and help me pay my bills, which is pretty sick, right? Who doesn't want to do that?
Guys, go to Harry's GoFundMe because we also need to get him a state-of-the-art.
No, don't do that. No, buy the pay-per-view. Don't do that.
Pay-per-view. Or you can send it directly to Harry. Just Venmo him.
That works too.
Venmo or Cash App him, okay? And just make sure you write in the comments for favors.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right.
So,
it was always a pleasure, my friends.
Always a pleasure, Harry.
Love you guys.
Avengers! Assemble.
Please note, the new number is